And here's the thing: people ain't really addicted to the drugs. They're addicted to it being illegal. They're addicted to the fact that
The thrill
yes,
of
it's like
breaking the law.
I'm gonna go in this
Breaking
corner.
the law, breaking the law.
That's right. You already know who that is. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And we are rolling.
All right. Want me to start it off?
Absolutely.
Okay. Welcome everybody to Alpha's Go Omega podcast featuring Jake, Manny, and we got Zach behind the camera doing his thing. And yeah, so what we were going to touch base on today is a couple different topics. First being grass-fed beef and what benefits there are, if any, compared to if there are no benefits at all.
Well, what we're going to touch on is I've been seeing an influx of grass-fed related products, which generally is a good thing. But what I've seen is a grass-fed whey protein, and not naming any brand in particular, but in the process of how the whey protein is filtered out. Like you start with the milk,
Yeah.
and then little Miss Muppet and her curds and her whey.
Yep.
So the whey is the protein and the curds is the fat that is separated out of the milk. So when you start to filter it down, then you have your protein goes to one side and your lactic sugar, and your fat goes to the other side. So the thing with the fat being separated out from the whey is that the fat holds all of the benefits of the grass. So if you get an animal, whether it be goats or cows, anything that can eat grass that we eat. So we cannot eat grass, they eat the grass, we eat them. We get some of the benefits from the grass. So if you go out and you get grass-fed meat, grass-fed butter or ghee, anything like that still has the fat to it, there's immense benefit there.
I see.
But it doesn't matter if that cow woke up in the morning and he shot some heroin and then he banged some bitches without using protection and then he's running around making all these questionable life decisions. You take that milk, I guess it wouldn't be, you're not milking the boy cow, you need the lady cow. So lady cow is so lady cow's making all sorts of poor decisions with her life, not being healthy, not being fit. Take her milk, and if in the process of filtering it out, going from a liquid to a powdered protein, it does not matter the health of the cow if it is filtered out to that point.
To that extent, yeah.
To that
definitely.
extent.
Yeah, I can totally see how that makes
Still
sense.
triggering me with your gender stereotype.
You know what?
That was
It's
awesome.
milk a fucking boy cow, and you put that in a shake, and you drink it, and be offended, and that's good.
Yeah, you got some guts, kid.
Like, oh, this milk tastes really weird.
That's that straight up testosterone. HGH.
You're like, I'm not.
HGH.
It's only got one udder. It's weird. I
You ever
don't know.
wonder how to get HGH?
Oh, that's not.
How you get HGH, you just go milk a man cow. That's just how you do it. Which is a bull and good luck.
Yeah, they're scary. I don't wanna-
I don't know. That sounds like bullshit.
Yes,
ooh.
exactly.
But
Little pun there.
so if you do see a grass-fed whey protein and it is labeled to be superior than not grass-fed whey protein, really do your research on what additional ingredients there are in there, because you are not going to get any of the benefits of the grass. Although, on an ethical standpoint, if you want to buy grass-fed whey protein, because that means the protein is coming from happier cows, not drug-addicted sad cows,
Sure.
then do that. If that makes you feel better, absolutely
But
buy
does
the
that-
grass-fed whey protein, but also get grass-fed beef or butter. Kerrygold is awesome. Yeah, so get it that way so you could get the benefits of the grass, and then just leave it the ethical benefits of that. Jim Stepani had a good video explaining
That's the
that.
guy that sells his gym protein and a bunch of other good
the
stuff.
JYM.
JYM, yeah.
Yeah, his page is awesome. He's really open-handed with all of his information.
Very knowledgeable.
But a lot of people came to him and they're like, Jim, why don't you have grass-fed whey protein? And he was like, because it's kind of bullshit.
Kind of is. I mean, it's truth.
You
You know,
know,
you get
so-
certain people, especially like you say, when they break it down, all that process of making the protein in itself,
Because then
they
it's
just weed out a bunch of good
yeah,
nutrients.
if you have a good whey isolate, it doesn't even have any like lactose in it.
Yeah.
So people that are lactose intolerant can still have protein derived from milk. It's filtered to that point where it's just the amino acids, just the protein blocks. I did get some grass-fed whey protein at Patriot just to try it out. And I mean, the quality of the protein is awesome.
It's pretty good.
Big scoop, and you could mix it in 4 ounces of water, and there's not a chunk in there.
I've
It's
had that
not thick
happen,
or
yeah.
anything, and it's like it's good quality protein, it is a little bit more expensive. Is it because
That's what I figured.
Because it's from grass-fed cows?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
So
if it was more expensive because
So yeah, had to try it to get an opinion
Yeah.
about it.
I have
And
not
I mean,
yet.
it's good flavor, makes this great, but the benefits of the grass are not there. So get something that has fat in it,
Or go to your local Jamba Juice and just get some of their whole grass or whatever the hell it's called.
wheatgrass.
There you go.
Wheatgrass in
Whole
there.
grass.
Yeah.
Close
Yeah.
enough. I was
Yeah.
thinking of whole with a W.
Yeah,
I was close.
that's a weird
What?
mental image. Whole grass.
Just a hole of a bunch of grass.
Just a hole. There's a bunch of grass in there. You're like,
Uncut, all
You know when they have it in
Yeah.
there and Jamba Juice is just chilling, it's just a bunch of grass. I'm like, yeah, I want some of that in my shake.
yeah, some yard trimmings.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
never
yeah.
understood. I'm like, well, how beneficial is grass really? Like the grass, like talking to people, this is just some people that are just, I don't know if you're out there, I feel bad for you, kind of, but good luck to you. But the people that say, well, can I just go eat the grass outside?
Well, you don't. We cannot
Digest it?
digest it fully. We don't get the full benefits.
What
of it.
nutrients are in the grass per se that we could use, that we should use?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a question right there.
Yeah, that's a
Stick it
million-dollar
right
one.
in the twist.
But generally, it's like that's why, like back to just that's where the benefits come from. Is you take there's nutrients in the grass that are like in big pieces, and we
Right.
cannot break down the big pieces and the small pieces to utilize them.
I see.
So, but the cows can, and then that is stored in their flesh, in their fat,
Nice.
and it's in these tiny little building blocks. So
Gotcha.
it's whereas like taking supplements, instead of taking like melatonin, is if you take or serotonin, if you take 5-HTP and tryptophan, the building blocks for that, then your body acts as the crucible and will kind of build everything together.
You're pretty much being
So-
your own, what the hell, a chemist to yourself, pretty
Yeah.
much in a way.
Yeah, you're mixing everything
Yeah,
together.
like I know a guy who, his protein or whatever, he would just buy the carb, the full big on things of carb. It just says carb on the damn thing. And he'll just put that in his protein and it'll be like a different type of just protein. And he'll make a whole damn protein,
Yeah.
his own type of shake.
Yeah, you can get like your own
Very interesting.
whey isolate.
Is it
and
better?
add-
Is it better to do it that way? Mix your own shit like that?
Depends on your goals and
Yeah.
depends on how much work you want to put into it. I mean, if you don't want to go through the trial and error
Yeah.
of like figuring out that specific
What your body
mix,
reacts to best.
yeah, and then maybe just going out and trying the products that are already mixed or
Yeah,
taking like
which
a
is what
recommendation.
I'm
or
doing, which is and
Yeah.
it's been hell. It's been
back to Plug and Patriot. Go over there, tell Dietrich about your goals and what you're
Yeah.
after,
Yep.
and he'll do the fucking crazy shit in his head and be
Yep.
like, all right, well, probably not this one, but this is more what you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for."
No, I still got some. I still
Because-
got some casein left over from Patriot that I'm still taking before bed. That's my night protein that I take, and it doesn't taste fantastic. It's got this taste to it that just makes me want to punch myself in the face, but it makes me go to sleep, so it works.
Put her float your boat. But yeah, so to just kind of recap, if you want the benefits of grass-fed protein, don't get whey isolate.
Yeah.
Unless it's the ethical factor of it. If you're trying to ethically source where your products are coming from, buying things from healthy, happy animals is going to be better. It's also going to reflect in the price.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know, man. Those depressed cows, though, they look so happy. They seriously do. I say they're depressed. Are they depressed? They're just in a bunch of shit and mud. Could be having a good time. I mean, hey.
That's a whole nother argument. on
Yeah, just
how
kidding.
Cows are not from here. They were imported, and
awesome.
they destroy the land because they don't migrate. So they
Ah.
just piss and shit the world into oblivion, and then it's inhabitable. Whereas buffalo,
go.
migrate and they cover a very, very broad area. So then the
And bison have more protein than cows do.
A
don't
hell
they?
of a hell of a lot more protein.
I still haven't tried that bison burger. I've been eating elk burgers like a mother, though.
that looks good too. But as far as like, and
But
then
I want
really
that
reading the serving size, because like that bison burger is gonna run you like it's pretty expensive.
I'll still.
But
worth the
instead
fatty.
of making like the big ass patties out of it, check out the serving size.
Yeah.
Serving sizes are much smaller. Protein is way higher.
That's awesome.
So if you just make do more of a slider than an actual burger
So
out of it.
mathematically, you're kind of almost paying the same, but you're getting more protein.
Close, yeah. It's
For lesser-
it's pretty close
Yeah, it's
because
pretty damn close.
the concentration is good, and then you have more room on your plate for like fucking vegetables. or
Yeah, it's more
something that's
pure
gonna
protein
benefit
too.
you. Yeah,
No BS.
yeah. And then
more
if
or
you do
less.
get back to grass-fed bison,
Yeah.
ridiculous amount of protein. You got everything that's good about the grass in there. You make yourself a little tiny burger instead of big fat ass burger. And
Sliders.
Yeah, make a slider, lettuce wrap it, some of that Primal Kitchen mayo. So good.
I've never tried that.
Oh man, got the chipotle lime.
Is that from On It?
No, it's from Primal Kitchens. It's Mark Sisson's
Nice.
company, and a lot of it's all paleo. A lot of it's ketogenic friendly.
Oh, keto. Keto.
But yeah, Mark Sisson. Damn, he posted a picture on Instagram the other day. Had his shirt off. He was on a paddleboard, and I want to look like that guy
Yeah.
when I'm his age.
How old is he?
Jesus. He's got to be like in his 50s. And
50s?
looks like fucking Adonis.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's pretty
it's
good, pretty
ridiculous, but.
good. Ah.
Yeah. Next on the board, we had we're gonna talk about some stretching.
Stretching, yeah. So that's something I have problems with still till this day, which I know later in my life I'm going to be like, remember that time when you talked about this, you idiot. But truth of the matter is, I have been partaking in a little bit more stretching, where my whole life, working out wise with my dad, we never really focused on the stretching. I mean, when you watch Pumping Iron and you just go straight at it, I mean, you don't see there's a Stallone stretching. I love
We
it,
all
man.
know
I love
everything
it.
that Sylvester Stallone does is gospel. You have to follow. You drink the eggs, you punch the beef. That is it.
Yeah, beef,
Nothing
I have
else
yet to
matters.
try to punch the beef. Costs too much. It's a bit pricey.
Yeah.
Depends on how you slap the beef, though, if you know what. Anyways, keeping it classy. Keeping it classy.
But
Sorry. Anyways, back to the point of me not stretching. Yeah, I never really got into the stretching just because, where I was growing up wasn't a yoga studios, nothing like that. It wasn't a trend like it is now. Totally.
Well, the issue with it is too is any sort of mobility work that you do, it's not sexy.
No.
It's not one of those things. It's like taking a picture of doing a stretch where there's so much invisible work going on where it looks very simple from the outside.
It does.
But like how your hips are aligned in with your shoulders and are your shoulders rolled back. So if your scapula is engaged and your hips are in line, but you're also going through a twist, there's all this invisible work going on. Whereas like when you're doing like an overhead press, there's a lot of very visible work
Yeah.
happening.
You could see everything.
Yeah.
All the work,
So
yeah.
sexy versus non-sexy, but very necessary for longevity. You've been, not too many revolutions around the sun, but you've been lifting for a very long time.
Yeah, 16 years. now.
Bam. So to continue, that is so you think of that lifting as like that compression. Take an overhead press, for example.
Yep.
Arm is up, all your joints are being compressed. So doing
Yeah.
something afterwards to twist and open up when you're done, it just jumpstarts your recovery.
Is it better to do it before the workout or after?
Well, if it's more of a stretch, you're gonna want to do it afterwards because you think of like
There
a
you go.
cold rubber band.
See, a
It's
lot
like
of people.
if you just go like that,
Mhm.
it's probably gonna snap. But if you warm it up a little bit first, when you go to stretch it, you're gonna get more out of it. And also, pulling in the two directions. So when you are stretching, adding that kind of recoil release. Like if you're just reaching in one direction,
Yeah.
there's that whole section of the rubber band that isn't getting stretched very much. So if you find a way to decompress well, you could tap into your fascia, so all the gooey connective tissue that's literally holds everything together.
Nice.
You could tap into that by putting pressure in two different directions at the same time, and it's just more beneficial afterwards.
That's awesome. You see, because I hear a lot of people, they're on the board about, they don't know whether to stretch before or after, but I see most of them stretching before. But I've also read in some articles and heard from different podcasts or whatever out there that stretching before if you stretch too long, you're risking injury, especially if you're going into an intense workout session.
Well, there is issues with being hypermobile and being under load. There's
Yeah.
like your risk of injury goes up a lot. So instead of stretching before a workout, Zach and I have found that mobilizing
Yeah.
beforehand. So not necessarily like doing a hamstring stretch, but maybe doing like good mornings where it's like a weightless deadlift and you go through and you just load it up just with your body weight and you force the blood into the tissue is more important than pulling on the tissue to stretch it out. It's more like engorging it and lubricating it before the workout.
So it get most for your benefit.
Exactly.
Back to that rubber band concept.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're warming up your rubber band, so then when it does come time to stretch it,
Okay.
that's where your movement is, and you get more of a deeper benefit from it, instead of trying to go out cold and just like stretch around, do some stuff. It just doesn't
Now-
benefit pre-workout.
It's true. I agree with this. That's why I'm hopping on the stretching and mobility
Stretch
train. I suppose I'll hop on that. I actually have been warming up more in the beginnings of my workout, barely, like not a lot. I just dumbbell with if it's shoulder day, I'll do this, I'll do that. Make sure get this because you guys.
Those are awesome.
Yep, I make sure I get that in.
Ring it out.
And then I go into my hard movements, but before that, man, I would just, if it's bench day, I'll be like, okay, let's go. It's time to bench. And then I'll just get on that bench and I'll just, this is my warm up for bench. It's 1 stretch, 2 stretch, 3 stretch, wrist roll, back,
Wow.
grab the bar, pull it up, stretch the back, flex it, lats out, press in, elbows always tucked.
Okay, there'll be a quiz. I hope everybody got that. So
I probably won't remember
take,
what that one just said.
take bench press for example. Okay, you're squeezing the bar.
Yep.
Your elbows are bending.
Yep.
It's like your chest, is obviously doing most of the pushing, but your shoulders are under load too.
Oh, 100%.
But then if your shoulders aren't back, if your shoulders are forward, that means your scapula is not engaged.
Yep.
So there's so much
That goes into
involved
that one movement.
into that one movement. So starting out with like activating your scapula, doing some like scapular push-ups
There you go.
beforehand, and then
Bruce Lee status, baby.
doing something like that, and then doing something to like warm up your shoulders too, doing something to warm up your elbows, doing different circles, and a lot of what we do is like it's front and back, a little side to side, and then all the way around the other way. And doing something like thinking about what you're going to do that day. So if you're not doing like the really unconventional stuff like Zach and I do, more conventional lifting, still thinking about everything that is connected, and do it like squats, for example.
Another compound movement.
Your feet are so important.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's like starting with like trying to root down and pull your arches up.
Yeah, that's the problem with
activating
me.
your
Yeah.
feet.
Even still to this day, when I squat, I'm not sure. Are you supposed to have your feet straight or to the sides?
Depends
Because
on where your knees are.
yeah, see, I
So if you're-
have always been ever since I was a kid. I had what's that damn thing called where your feet go in pigeon-toed? I was massively pigeon-toed. My parents did the old Mexican remedy where you slap on your shoes reverse, and I learned how to walk normally.
Crazy.
Otherwise, I would have been like Forrest Gump in the damn things.
Yeah.
Where the doctor was like, "How'd you fix him?" Oh, he just put his left shoe on his right and his right on his left.
But then, even with the squat too, it's like it's like your legs are doing most of the work, your shoulders are taking the load.
No.
So not doing like a shoulder, like trap, lat work, like warm up beforehand, can impact your squat.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's like going
100%.
through the movements there and be like consciously thinking like, what am I gonna do? Let's mobilize those things first, which I mean we show people how to do that in class.
They definitely do. Check them out. For real. You guys are being a bunch of pansies and it's making me sick. These guys I have the highest, utmost respect for these two. Okay, you guys don't understand. The shit they do, it will work. You will get in shape. And you'll feel even better when you're done with the class because you won't want to take people out like I always do. Okay.
Well, our main goal is longevity.
Yeah.
It's like we do this, we love it, we want to continue to do it.
Yeah.
And it's worth it to make the mobilization and to make the decompression part of your workout. It is not a cherry on top, it is part of the cake.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know?
see, like me, when I personal train people or whatever, and if I see them getting better, getting stronger, getting faster or whatever, that makes me happy because I know that I impacted their life in a positive way.
Yeah.
And that they're going to take that with them. My dad calls it planting the iron bug. I guess your guys could be called planting the mace bug, but or the battle rope bug.
Yeah, the mobility bug.
Yeah, because it's
But-
so amazing because you plant that, they have that with them, so later on in life, even if they stick with it, they can stick with it for years or whatever, right? Next thing you know, they forget about it. Do they really forget? It's always there. So one day, they'll see someone shaking the ropes, maybe they go up to him and be like, hey, let me show you how to really do that properly. And that's how the web. But yeah, no, I love it. That's the truth. That being said, so with the stretching, is so compound movements to me. Okay, this is what I was going to get into also. So what do you guys feel about like weighted belts? Like when people wear their belts, is it better to have weighted belts or just to practice posture before that?
It depends. Depends on how much weight you're moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's safer to have a belt, then fucking A.
Yeah.
Wear the belt.
I wear the belt.
Also,
yeah.
I see a lot of people, and we'll probably get into this in the next podcast. We could talk about the difference between breathing and bracing next episode there.
Yeah.
But
Definitely will.
doing something where it's like, I see a lot of people, they reef on that belt too tight.
Oh man,
You should still be able to fit a couple fingers in there so you could breathe low.
Yep.
And you could brace.
Guilty as charged
Yeah.
because I'll put that sucker on like I'm going to
Yeah.
Mars, man. I could go down for that squat. Do I have a breath in me? I better have one because the one ain't coming in.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah,
well,
but I still get that bitch up. You know who you are.
Yeah, well, the difference between doing it well and just doing it with guts.
Yeah, no,
is,
definitely.
Little different.
100%. Yeah, that's a whole. We'll get into that mindset concept of motivation and that next rep, that next set you go into. You know, we touched base on that the last episode. Which
Probably always touch base on the mindset
Yeah.
and being mindful and all that. But I think it's about time we wrap it up.
Yeah, it's about
Sounds
that
good. We
time.
gotta get ready for class.
Yeah, you guys gotta get ready for your class,
yeah, I
which you
guess
guys
so.
should check out. What days are they on?
Classes are Sundays here at 360, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can sign up on MindBody, all one word. It's an app. Apple and Android has it. Bunch of cool stuff in the area too. It uses your location, tells you what's happening. So you can sign our waiver, you can sign up for class, you can pay for class all right there. And then Mondays, currently, weather permitting, we do classes outside at McEwen Park. So
And then so that's pretty good. And then next week we'll touch base on the whole getting psyched out a little bit. We did the whole motivation. Go get into the gym. My partake. You still gotta do yours, sucker. What's it called?
Figure it out. I just-
what gets you going? You know what
Yeah.
I mean. But that being said, we'll do motivation for the next set.
Guess I
As
wanna-
CG Fletcher, it's still your motherfucking set. Damn it, live by it,
you
preach it.
wanna, well, tell people where they could find you playing Destiny for the next 2
Oh
weeks.
yeah, so I'm gonna take a hiatus, but we still will be hopefully having a podcast. It's gonna be for 2 weeks. I'm going on a vacation to the moon, to Mars, then possibly Jupiter. We will see what maps they have available.
So he's talking about Destiny 2 on
Destiny
PlayStation 4.
2, In Shape Gamer.
Yeah.
But on PlayStation 4, you can find me at Manny Rome. That is my name that I'm playing on. But In Shape Gamer 5150 on Twitch. In Shape Gamer on Instagram. In Shape Gamer on Facebook.
And that's it.
I love
Intent
it.
Fitness Systems on Facebook. Big shout out to Patriot Supplements. You guys are awesome. Shout out to
Superman.
Displays for hosting us.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not gonna shout out Superman. I hate that guy.
He's a Batman guy.
Nah, I mean just fuck Superman. I don't care.
Oh,
But thanks everybody for tuning in.
Shout out to the Onnit Academy.
Oh
on it.
yes!
Next
Before we
week.
forget, next week there will not be class, but there will be a 6-hour battle ropes seminar with Aaron Guyette from the Onnit Academy. I could not be more excited.
The date of that seminar will be September 10th.
September
September
10th
10th.
at 10 a.m.
check it out.
There's a link in both of our Instagrams that will be, that's live. It'll take you right to the Facebook event. You can sign up and pay all on there. It is $199 for 6 hours of intense information. Will be most awesome.
Very knowledgeable. And what's his Instagram?
His Instagram is just Battle Ropes Exercises,
There you go.
all one word, or Aaron Guyette, AARON GUIETT.
That's awesome. Hey, you can remember all that. I can barely remember my name.
Well, cool. We're out of here, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed the next episode. Have some respect. Let's go.